everyone, I'm here at the Bible reading. I hope you're having a good day. We got some snow out here the other day. Probably like 3 inches. It's the most snowy. My hair's in my eye. We haven't had that much snow in a good while. The last 2 years at least, we haven't had this much snow. But we got the curtain open and the window open. It's hot in here. And the sun's just a-shining, you know. It's not bad out today. So how is it where you guys live? Is the weather good there? Maybe some of you live in a place that doesn't have winter. Like some places I know are like sunny all the time. And some places are like, have light like half the year and the other half is like dark. I would hate that. I would hate that. If you guys, if that's what happens where you live, let me know in the comments. Because that is something, isn't it? I would not like that at all. I don't like the dark. Okay, I know different countries have different, you know, weather and everything. Just like to know what it's like where you are. Even over here in the United States, each state, you know, is different. Okay, so today we're going to be reading Matthew chapter 13, verse 47, through chapter 14, verse 12, Psalm 18, verses 16 through 36, and Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7 through 10. Alright, so let's get started here with Matthew. And Jesus is speaking. Once again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish. When it was full, the fishermen pulled it up on the shore. Then they sat down and collected the good fish in baskets, but threw the bad away. This is how it will be at the end of the age, when Jesus comes back, guys. The angels will come and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It will be horrible. For the righteous, it will be wonderful. You're going to paradise. But for the wicked, you're going to hell. And there's no saving you at this time. It's done and over. When Jesus comes back, that's it. There's no begging. Oh, Lord, you know, we didn't know you were real. Please forgive us. Or, Lord, look at this or that we done in your name. Like some of these TV pastors, you know, that aren't really real Christians. They're just doing it for the money and stuff. Because there are those. There seriously are those. And, yeah, you preached in my name, but you're a thief. You're a liar. Look at all the people you could have helped. But you didn't, because all you cared about was the money. Those stadiums, these churches that these preachers pastor in, have thousands of people. Thousands. Look at all the people they could have brought to the Lord. But they're just doing it for the money. The one guy admitted, he said, they're like, do you tell them about hell and all this? And it's like, no, I like people to think about the good. Well, they need to know about the bad. They need to know that if they don't do right and accept Jesus, they're going to hell. It's more like a motivational speaker telling people what they want to hear. Well, they need to know what they don't want to hear as well, because it is the truth. And when the end of the world's here, you're in hell and you see your congregation in hell saying to you, why didn't you tell us? Why did you do it like this, just to get our money? Why didn't you tell us what would happen? And you'll be right there in hell with them. So please, keep that in mind. Bring as many souls to Jesus as you can, including, most importantly, your own. And spread the word of Jesus to others. Bring them to the Lord. That should be your main job on the earth. bring the souls to Jesus. You know, be a good Christian, a good example for people, so they won't just say, you're a hypocrite. Because a lot of people think Christians are hypocrites because of the way they act. We're supposed to, after we're saved, we're supposed to act like Jesus. Our behavior should be the best it could be, like Jesus when he was here on the earth. We're supposed to imitate our older brother, Jesus, who in turn is like our Father in heaven. Okay, so have you understood all these things? Jesus asked. Yes, they replied. He said to them, therefore, every teacher of the law who has become a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like the owner of a house who brings out of his storeroom new treasures as well as old. When Jesus had finished these parables, he moved on from there. Coming to his hometown, he began teaching the people in their synagogue, and they were amazed. Where did this man get this wisdom and these miraculous powers? They asked. Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother's name Mary? And aren't his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Not Judas Iscariot, but another Judas. Aren't all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all these things? And they took offense at him. You know, like Jesus says, in your own hometown, people think you're nothing, pretty much, right? They see all the wonderful things you've done, and other people are like, wow, he's the Son of God. But in your hometown, he's like, isn't this the guy who works over there? His brothers and sisters are here. He ain't the Son of God. That's how it is. That's what's anything in your own hometown. Okay. And Jesus was a carpenter himself. Did you know that? Jesus was a carpenter. Paul was a tent maker. Peter and Andrew were fishermen. They all had different jobs. Okay. But Jesus said to them, a prophet is not without honor, except in his own town and in his own home. And he did not do many miracles there because of their lack of faith. You imagine when those people died, and they seen Jesus when they died, what they would think, you know? It's crazy. Now Herod had arrested John the Baptist, and bound him and put him in prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. For John had been saying to him, it is not lawful for you to have her. Herod wanted to kill John, but he was afraid of the people because they considered John a prophet. Yes, they did. And John was baptizing in the Jordan River, and he even baptized Jesus. Okay? Jesus is like, and John's like, I am not worthy to untie your sandals. He didn't want to baptize Jesus, but Jesus told him it had to be done that way, so he did. So Herodias was King Herod's wife. She was married to his brother, and then he took her to himself, and her daughter was his niece, and she was with her. And Herodias really hated John. She really hated John. So much so that later they kind of pretty much tricked Herod into beheading John. Oh, I think we might get to it. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias, King Herod's niece and stepdaughter, danced for the guests and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath, and for everyone there, to give her whatever she asked, even up to half of his kingdom. Prompted by her mother, Herodias, who hated John, she said, give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist. Who could do this? Only the evil, okay? The king was distressed, but because of his oath and his dinner guests, he ordered that her request be granted and had John beheaded in prison. His head was brought in on a platter and given to the girl. And can you believe she's just seeing this guy's head freshly cut off being handed to her on a plate? And it's okay. It's like it's a normal thing, all right? So he handed the girl the platter and given it to the girl, who carried it to her mother, Herodias. John's disciples came and took his body and buried it. Then they went and told Jesus. And that is where we're stopping with Matthew today. I don't know if they got his head back too, or if her disgusting self kept the head, or what they done with the head, but the disciples, this hair is in my eye, took and buried his body. Alright, so Psalm 18 verses 16 through 36. He reached down from on high and took hold of me. He drew me out of deep waters. He rescued me from the powerful enemy, from my foes who were too strong for me. They comforted me in the day of my disaster, but the Lord was my support. He brought me out into a spacious place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. The Lord has dealt with me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanliness of my hands, he has rewarded me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord. I am not guilty of turning from my God. All his laws are before me. I have not turned away from his decrees. I have been blameless before him and have kept myself from sin. The Lord has rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands in his sight. To the faithful you show yourself faithful. To the blameless you show yourself blameless. To the pure you show yourself pure. But to the devious you show yourself shrewd. You save the humble, but bring low those whose eyes are haughty. You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light. With your help, I can advance against a troop. With my God, I can scale a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in him. For who is God besides the Lord? And who is the rock except our God? It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He causes me to stand on the heights. He trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. You make your saving help my shield, and your righteous hand sustains me. Your help has made me great. You provide a broad path for my feet, so that my ankles do not give way. Amen. And that was Psalm 18 verses, 16 through 36. Okay guys, and ending today's Bible reading, we have Proverbs chapter 4 verses 7, 8, 9, and 10. This hair is not wanting to cooperate with me today. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. Cherish her, and she will exalt you. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. Listen, my son, accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many. Amen. All right, guys, that was our Bible reading. I kept looking off to the side in case you're wondering. I wasn't trying to be rude. Sherman and I adopted, well, not legally, I guess, yet. He signed the paperwork, but Sherman went to the pound here, Poundville School, and we've had this little girl for 3 or 4 days now. You have like 5 or 6 days to decide, and we want her. We named her Gracie. Sherman picked out her name, Gracie Lynn. I'll have to show you sometime. She just woke up. She's 6 months old. She is the sweetest, lovingest little girl. She wants to give everybody attention. She is so sweet. We love her so much. They gave us a big bag of dog food, great big bag of Purina. They give you their tags, their dog tags. She's already been vaccinated and de-parasited and everything. So, and she's got a microchip in already before we even, have signed for her yet. But we've been going back and forth, and she's so attached already. Every time Sherman goes out the door, she cries and cries. She's always got to give us both equal attention. She's so sweet. She's got brown eyes and red hair like us. And like I said, she's so sweet. We told the vet we needed one 40 pounds or under, because the weight limit for an animal at the apartment here is 40 pounds. And she's a mixed breed. She's 6 months. I don't know if she's going to grow anymore, or if she's going to stay this size. I hope she stays this size, because I sent it to a picture of her to our manager, and he gave us a thumbs up. So I'm hoping later she doesn't get a lot bigger and we have to find her a new home. But we're also attached to each other, and she is so sweet. I'll do a video with her sometime and post it so you guys can see. She's over there with her daddy right now. She sleeps with us and everything. She's so sweet. I was feeding her an apple today. She loved it. She didn't like it at first, and I thought, well, she might not dislike the pilling, so I gave it to her without the skin, without the pill, and she loved it. She loved it. So I put some over there in her food bowl as well. I'm going to try to, make sure she gets her fruits and veggies. I gave her some mixed vegetables the other day. But anyway, she's beautiful, and we're going to go to the vet next month and get her on some medicine, that you can give to them every month, like I did Dottie. It's for fleas and all parasites, and it's once a month, so we'll get her that, of course, every month. All right. And we got to get some toys and stuff, for sure. Yeah. We're going to take her to Petco and let her pick out some stuff next month. Okay, guys. That was our Bible reading. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless. You still Daddy C.